When you see this video, it's the time that Insta360 revealed the new EVO camera. EVO camera. It's a 360, well, actually 360 and a 180 camera is the first hybrid 180 and 360 camera. And I'm sorry that I don't really have time to make a full detailed review because I really don't have time. Let me explain why. Let me get a seat first. Right, this is the hybrid thing, hybrid 360 and 180. Well, if you don't know how much fun you can have with shooting 360, I have reviewed this Insta360 1X before, and I have explained what you can do with 360, which is I always like to use 360 camera to shoot normal video, which is really fun because you can have invisible selfie stick. It will level itself. It's basically an action camera. Almost. Well, you can't really drop it. You don't really want to drop it. I also had reviewed a camera called the Cool Cam, which is like this, a hybrid 360 and 180 camera. So now Insta360 can't wait anymore. They have released their own 180 and 360 hybrid camera. So 180 usually like this. Well, you don't really have to put it to your eyes. I mean, it looks like eyes. It looks like your eyes. So it can take 3D, have a comeback. Or you can take 360 video, which it have all the function like like a Insta360 1X. It have all the invisible selfie stick. It have a stabilization, digital stabilization, really good digital stabilization. They even so good they give it a name called flow state. Now I mentioned I don't really have much time to do a detailed review because I just came back from Japan for the CP Plus trip. I only stayed in Hong Kong for a few days and now I'm going to Tasmania. There's a Panasonic S1 event in Tasmania, Australia. And today is Saturday and this is going out on Wednesday, which is when you see this video. So I don't really have time to actually review this camera. So sorry about that. This is only a quick log of this camera when I'm at the airport. Because when I arrived at Tasmania, I would focus on the S1, and so I have to do the whole quick look at the airport right now. Right, let's look at the camera first. The whole camera is covered with some kind of like rubber. It actually feels like a GoPro. So now this is a 180 mode. This is a 180 mode. It looks like two eyes looking at you. That's like how it takes 3D, right? And how do you transform it to 360? You unlock it here. Oh, it's not in focus. Sorry. Unlock, and then you can transform it. Transformer in the 360 mode, and then you lock it here. Now it's a 360 camera. Hybrid 360 and 180 camera. On the top there's a power button, mode button, and a shutter button, and micro USB for charging, and then a micro SD card slot. Basically that's it. Let's turn it on. Yeah, that's it. Three lights. Okay, let's look at the app. Now I want to, no, don't shut off. Connect via Wi-Fi. Now I like this a lot. It's connecting it, you don't have to go to the system to select the Wi-Fi. It just do it for you. Within the app, at least you don't have to go out to the system, take the Wi-Fi, and then this and that. Now once you connect it, you can see the 180 thing. Now, if you're familiar with shooting 360, you don't really have to worry about what's the orientation. You can shoot it like this, you can shoot it upside down. For a 360 camera with gyro, the thing is, because it just level itself. But when you're shooting 180, there is at least front and the back. Because that's what you want when you choose to shoot 180, because you want to just shoot the front, like driving a car, something like that. So it will level the horizon, but not up and down movement. Now the horizon is a little bit wonky, but you can quickly calibrate it. That happened to all kind of gyro that you have to find time to calibrate it. Now you can take photo, HDR and interval, or you can take 180 video, which you can have 5K, 5.7K 30p. That is pretty good. It can shoot 4K 30p and 50p, which is kind of weird. 30p mixed with 50p, that's PAL system mixed with NTSC, I don't know why. And you can shoot log. Now down there is a goggle icon thing, which if you have a VR viewer goggle, something like that, or you can just get something as cheap as this. And then you can preview it in real time. Wow! Yeah, I'm so 3D. Look at that. Well, you can't really see it, but yeah, it is 3D. Well, of course it's 3D. I mean, but what about shooting 360? Just change it to 360 like this. And now it's just using any other 360 camera like a 1X, which it's got a really good digital stabilization. I mean, when I say good, it's good for, it's really stable, but I mean, yeah, of course, in low light, because it's just relying on digital stabilization, it will got blurry. One thing I noticed is the stitching is not as good as the Insta360 1X. Actually, I have already calibrated it as well. I just calibrate the stitching, so it's not about the stitching. It's not the problem of the stitching setting, it's because of the physical difficulties, because really just because of the distance between two sensors, it's just too far apart. If you compare to the Insta360 1X, look at the difference of the thickness, because this basically two sensors just putting back to back, but this so much more apart, so it's physically can't really stitch so close. So if you like look at the front, the stitching is fine in front, but when you just even arm length, you have this stitching problem. So when you're shooting with this, you really want to have the lens facing you, or anything you don't want to have stitching problem. Which for this, you don't really have to consider that much. You can have it arm length and it won't have stitching problem. Well, this is one thing that you give up, you have compromised, because that this is a hybrid product. This is just built for 360. Now, of course, after you set up with your phone, you don't really have to connect it with your phone to shoot with it. You can just put it out from the pocket, turn it on and shoot. To watch your 3D video, you can either use a VR goggle and looks like an idiot. Well, Insta360 have your dignity cover with a phone cover. A naked eye solution called the Holo Frame. The Insta360 app has built-in support for this special phone case sold separately. You have to first set it up like going to an optician, because it relies on the selfie camera to track your eyes. Now finally it works. I mean, after all those time that I'm setting it up like going to an optician, now it works. I bet it works better than the Red phone. The Red camera, they release a hologram phone that, as they say, they hyped it for so long, and then when people actually got to try it, they say it's not really that good. It looks like those cheap 3D postcard thing. But this is actually working really great. I think the difference is because it got a eye tracking thing. It is really 3D. It got a depth inside. It don't really pop out. Don't be silly. It's like watching 3D movie in the cinema. Those things don't really pop out. It actually got a depth inside it, but it works. I'm more excited though. I kind of like more excited about this than the camera itself. I mean, it's basically a repurposed phone case with a filter that looks like this. Now this thing is basically a phone case, which it got a cutout for the camera, but actually for in front, actually the cutout is, yeah, the cutout is over there. And it also got a cutout for the front-facing camera, because the app had to track your eye. So with this cutout, you can actually unlock your phone with the Face ID with this case on. Now, sorry that you can't really see it with this YouTube video, but it works really well with when I'm actually looking at it in real life. And whenever it can't detect your eye, it just stops. And I don't see a lot of ghosting problem as well. I think it probably works better than a lot of like 3D movie in cinema. What's it like without the case? Oh wow, without, I see how it works now. It has two images, one aligned this angle, another aligned to this angle, and then this separate them for your eye. I like what Insta360 doing is trying to make watching 3D as easy as possible, because this is one thing that's preventing people from getting into 3D shooting. Because I mean, even before that, I think the only way you can watch 3D is with a silly goggle, and then you look like an idiot. You have a big goggle, or you have something like this, like going to optician. But now, seriously, what I like about Insta360 is that they actually look for a solution that most people will use, rather than other 360 or 180 camera manufacturer. They just release a camera and then they ask you to get a goggle or this and that. But Insta360 actually find a solution that most people can use and easily can use. You can just pop this on and then share your 3D video to anyone without you have to putting on a goggle, oh, try this, try that. But will I start to take a lot of 3D content? Maybe not, because I can't. When I show it on YouTube, not many people actually would watch with the goggle or goggle and whatever 3D viewing thing. And well, I don't think personally I want to shoot a lot of 3D stuff. But if you want to shoot 3D stuff, 180 3D stuff, this is probably one of the best, because they actually give you a solution that you don't need a goggle, which is a big thing.